Hey there, this is Jody Clark, and welcome to my podcast, I Woke Up Dead, Now What? In our conversations, we'll talk about real issues that everyday people face should they wake up dead without a life after death plan in place. Join me as we explore the how-tos on preparing for you or your loved one's passing without breaking the bank. And let's not forget about those pets too. Now, don't you fall asleep. Hey there, this is Jody Clark, and thank you for listening to my podcast, I Woke Up Dead Today, Now What? You know, there's so many things that we should be informed about, and there are so many things we don't know about that go along with end-of-life care. And all of us think we can be a caretaker or caregiver, but what we don't know is what's involved. I don't know about you, but I've seen many friends take care of their parents. And what a fabulous gift. I know that my sister took care of our mother, and it was exhausting. And I was very young, so I didn't quite understand it until I looked back at what exactly is involved. Basically, you give up your entire life, and it's kind of like it's a role reversal, but the stakes are a lot higher. So today's topic, I only feel it's important to discuss what every caregiver should know. You know, we've all heard the phrase taking care of your parents. Well, that's pretty broad. I mean, that could mean what? Checking in on them daily. It could be going to visit them in a nursing home. It could be, checking in on their finances online. There's no hard and fast rule about, quote, caregiving in that beginning stage. Some adult children, they want to move their parents in with their family and incorporate them into the daily routine for as long as possible. Heck, some people have a casita or a little mother-in-law place or father-in-law place. There are some cultures where they just all live together and every generation takes care of every generation. So, there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to providing care and what is right and what is wrong. But then there are also, the seniors whose adult children are unable to care for their parents. That could be for financial reasons. That could be for emotional reasons. That could be for physical reasons. Heck, who knows? There could be a family feud. Nobody's ever had one of those, have they? But then you've also got the parents. I can hear my mother say this. I don't want to cause problems with our family. Never let it be said I'm a burden to you guys. Well, that argument just really muddies the water because they may not be able to take care of themselves, but they still need some pride. And somewhere along the line, you got to figure out that balance where they're going to let you take care of them, but they still feel a sense of pride. So you got to know when it's time to make a change. And one of those big telltale signs is that your parent can't live in the environment anymore. We've all seen those red flags when they start, and maybe we don't recognize it, but there are really 6 key indicators. But, I can't go along with that because people might want to lock me up. I mean, the other day I lost my phone, and I found it in the refrigerator. We heard it ringing. So, maybe I've got too much on my mind or on my plate, or maybe it's time, folks. I don't know. You be the judge. But the signs to look for revolve around what is referred to activities of the daily living. The first one would be bathing. What's their hygiene all about? Do they take care of themselves? Are they able to take a bath or a shower by themselves? This is a big one. I've got a girlfriend, and while her mother is on her game mentally in terms of facts and finances, she's let her hygiene just be non-existent to the point where, we don't wear deodorant, we don't bathe. They've even gotten bed bugs, just all kinds of things. So, all right, I think that's a sign. Dressing. Can someone dress themselves independently? And, are they putting the right clothes on? Are they matching? I don't mean matching as in woohoo fashion. I mean, are they able to put on a pair of pants and a long sleeve shirt and be weather appropriate? Some people just can't do that simple act. And that might not be a mental thing. That might be an arthritis thing. So how do you make those little adjustments? I think that's probably the reason Velcro shoes or Velcro was invented. What do you think? Transferring. And I don't mean, nickels and dimes from bank to bank. I mean, are they able to get in and out of their bed? Can they get out of a chair? Can they get up off the couch? Can they get out of the car? I have watched all too many people try to get up and fall backwards. Or they're too proud to utilize a tool like a walker just to get their balance to transfer their weight. Listen, they can live independently, just got to make little adjustments. Toileting. There are issues that go along with the bathroom, and that does need to be addressed. Again, something as simple as possibly heightening the toilet seat. We've all seen those. Maybe a squatty potty, maybe one of those little things for their feet, so they're at the right angle to do what they need to do. Maybe you're going to need a bidet. I don't know what those answers are, but I know they're all very solvable. And then there's that continence issue. Can they control their bowels? Can they control, their bladder? There are so many hip and groovy versions out there. Instead of just getting a Depends, which is like a pad, they've got all kinds of panties out there. I guess men don't wear panties, do they? I guess they wear briefs. So they have panties and briefs that are pretty hip and groovy for seniors these days. And don't be too proud to come up with that conversation. And, they might feel relieved. And then eating. Can they still make a meal for themselves? Will they remember to eat? So many people living alone forget to eat. And that is a big telltale sign. So again, there are 6 indicators that people use to assess. I'm going to rattle it off real quick. Bathing, dressing, transferring, toileting, continence, eating. Some people have one, some people have all. So again, talk to them, talk to their doctor. You can even talk with a physical therapist, or there's all kinds of people in this profession where you can make simple adjustments. But remember, aging looks different for everyone. I mean, what's important is that they can safely perform day-to-day tasks to live independently. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Keep in mind that, just because they're aging, you can't take everything away from them. But you just want to make sure that injury doesn't happen, or they're not prone to a trip or a fall. So what if your parent can't do these activities? Well, if you're like me, you better take a breath and not panic. Easier said than done, right? When you realize your parents are struggling to do one or more of these 6 daily activities, talk to their doctor. Talk with them, not punitively, but just ask them about the challenges. You might want to go with them to a physician's appointment. But the key is to focus on the goal of independence, not taking away, but giving to. You want them to be safe in their surroundings because that's their safe haven. There's all kinds of courses of action, but you want to have the one that works for them. And if none of that is an option, well, how about trying to provide for a part-time caregiver or just someone that comes in and checks on them? Maybe you just set up a meal plan delivery service. Have someone come in and equip the home with a shower seat. Say that 10 times. I know that we don't need one, but we've got a bar in our shower just in case. You need to hang on so you don't slip. How about a walker next to the bed? And here's the biggest thing. Remove carpets or items from the floor that they can trip. Sometimes neuropathy sets in, or they can't pick their feet up like they used to. And biggest thing that happens, falls occur from trips, and trips can be avoided. So the best offense is a good defense. Keep in mind that each family situation is unique. There's a common denominator with all of this, but plan for the worst and hope for the best. And if you can have the benefits of having these conversations before they happen and get their buy-in, all of a sudden there is not a crisis situation. The beautiful thing is this happens to everyone. So it's an easy conversation to have. It's just all about your approach. So before you go off, firing things, just observe what's going on. Ask questions. And remember, you just want them safe, you want them independent, and you want them to feel that there's quality of life. So, thanks for listening. I am so glad you didn't wake up dead today. And if there are some topics that you want to talk about, please jump over to my website, jodyclock.com, and leave me a message. Or if you've had experiences like this, if there's some nuggets we can pass on, we'd love to hear it. Have a great day. Hey, if you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that I want to thank you, and I am so glad you didn't wake up dead today. Please jump over to jodyclock.com and download your free copy of my family care plan. This guide will help those you leave behind should you wake up dead. I promise. Be sure to order my book, It's Complicated, based on a true story. Send me an email about topics you'd like to hear in future episodes. Until next time, thank you for not falling asleep.